Hi YouTube. Here's a deck profile. I don't have my computer in front of me, so I don't know if I did this deck already. But if I did, here's an update for the deck profile. But it's a fun deck that I've been working on. Um, it's practically Draconia's, but it's normal pendulums. So once the sneak peek happened, I was able to modify and upgrade this deck a little bit. So it's way better than it was. Right now, well, I would say this is a prototype. Once I actually think about it and add some new cards, once the next set comes out, because they have a lot of normal pendulums in there, I'll be able to fully modify this. I have not decided if I'm going to throw Ignites together within this, but because that was the original plan. But with the other stuff that they're bringing out, I'm kind of hoping that I can play this without Ignites. But let's start it off. Triple Dragoons of Draconia. He's the searcher. When a normal monster destroys another, when the normal monster destroys my opponent's monster by battle, I can search for a level 4 or higher monster. This is really good. I started off thinking about playing Blue Eyes or something, just to have a bigger B stick, but I'm gonna try to keep this as close to just straight pendulum normals as possible. But yeah, he's really good. Just search. The fact he's a beast ward, I can search him out with Tinky. So, uh, triple Dragoons, Dragonia. He's actually pretty good. Once a monster is destroyed by battle, I can special summon a normal monster. Period. So if my opponent's monster is destroyed by battle, I can special summon a normal monster. Or when my monsters are destroyed by battle, I can special summon a normal monster. So what's really good, you have both of these on board. If I attack, destroy a card, search out my high level monster, then he triggers, then he resolves, I can special summon it. So next, Sky Dragonia. When a normal monster I control does damage to my opponent, I can destroy one monster on field. So, I can destroy one card. Sorry, destroy one card on field. So he's really good. Deal damage, kill card. The only thing is that he's a 5. I was hoping he'd be a 6 at least, because my other ones are 6. But he's a 22 beater 5-star. And with the next card, I'm okay with him being a 5. Rise Bell, the summoner. Actually, I'm happy he came out because I was lacking a lot of skill 2s. But in the Pendulum Zone, I can change the level of one I can increase the level of one monster by 1. So he's only here because I need to even out the skill 2s in here. Originally, it was going to be an Ignite card, but the fact they made this so good. But yeah, that's it. It just boosts the scale. 3 of these, which I may drop to 2. What he does is he gives my normal monsters piercing, but all else he's a 25 beater. That's the only reason he's at 3 right now, because he's a 25 beater. But as far as a pendulum monster, I want to put him at 2. Because his pendulum effect is not that great, but he's a 7 to get out, and I need to even that out. Once they made Sky Dragoon, I kind of want to drop him, but at the same time I want to leave him up there. It's a hard choice. 2 Dragon Hunters. I want to put this at 3. Originally I put it at 2 because I was trying to even it out as much as I can, but now I want to put it back at 3. The reason it's at 2 is because it's a scale 3 and not a scale 2. And since I played 3 stars, it would have been hard to bring those out. But now with the other stuff, I may put him at a 3 because his effect is really good. All my normal monsters get a 200 attack boost, and also I will take no damage involving a normal monster. So all my normal monsters, if they take damage, I take no damage from my monsters. Plus, they get a 200 boost. So it's easy to get over stuff. The only thing I don't like is that it's a gray scale 3. I am not good. I don't know how to talk today. Non-pendulum. Those are all my pendulum monsters. Galaxy Serpent. Just a 2-star tuner. That's the only reason he's in here. I want to keep this as close to normal as possible. I'm debating to put Gen X controller in here and toss it in a Gen X supporter, maybe the water one, but I kind of don't want my pendulums in the grave. But the water, it'll help me search out Gen X controller. But with the Rise Veil, I can change its star level, so it's okay. The only effect monster in this deck is Bigger Breaker. When he's normal summon, put 2 counters on him. If he's pendulum summon, put 3 counters on him. Gains 400 for each counter, and just like Breaker, I can remove a counter and pop a spell or trap card. So he may come out altogether and go sideboard. And I may pick like a really big beat stick normal monster tossed in here, or another pendulum monster. So that's a big debate, but I kind of want to keep as close to normal pendulum as possible. May put him at 1 and then side in 2. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, triple tanky. Search out the Dragoons and Dragonia. That's the only target. I was thinking about tossing a bear in here if I take out Breaker, just so I can have a monster to pop tanky, pop that. But again, I wanted to keep this close to normal pendulums. This is a fun deck. I don't plan on running this in a big event unless I can figure out a way to change up my spell traps. Triple Heart of the Underdog. I do gain his effect if I draw a normal pendulum, because it's still a normal monster no matter whether it's pendulum or not. It's really not qualified as a pendulum unless it's on the field, depending on where it's at. But all else, it's still a normal monster. When you draw it, reveal, draw again. Triple MST. I actually thought I didn't have these in here, but it's just triple MST for staple purposes. Triple Double Cyclone. I actually like this in all pendulum decks, because if you have a pendulum scale out that you don't want out, you can just target a back row and destroy it. If not, it can kill my dead tankies. I had these in over MST because of that factor, but back rows are vanities and skill drain. Well, skill drain doesn't hurt me, but vanities is a thing. Double pot, just because the pendulums, just recycle. Double poly, bring out First of the Dragons. They're all normal, so that's my only target. One unexpected die, one Summoner's Art. Unexpected die is going to come out once I get the second Summoner's Art, because this is way better than that. Sure, I get a monster, but I don't tribute summon at all in this deck. And it can set up a rank 4 play or a rank 3 play if I wanted, but I'd rather have Summoner's Art because that'll help me. It'll help me pendulum summon faster. And then one Regeki. Dark Hole, Pot of Duality, and I'm learning to use Upstart more because it helps thins the deck and it's a great draw power. For traps, extra buck. Did not know this card exists. Did not know this card existed until the sneak peek, which is really good. When a card is added to your extra deck, you put a counter on it. Once it gets 3 counters, remove 3 counters and send this to the grave. Draw 2 cards. So it's really good in pendulums, obviously. I want to say Ritual Beasts can play this because they do return their fusions back to the extra deck a lot. So actually, they have a better use of this because they can do it themselves. I have to wait till either my scales are destroyed or I destroy myself with Cyclone. But yeah, this is really good. If you do play Ritual Beast, I do suggest this because once you use their effects to return monsters, you're still adding to the extra deck. Double Jesse Break. This will be Storming Winds or Air Force, Storming Mirror Force or Air Force. Once I get them, but all else by itself, it's kind of good if you target my normal monsters for an attack. Destroy all attack position monsters. Well, non-attack position normal monsters or something like that, something weird. But if I activate this, okay, destroy all monsters on the field except for attack position normal monsters. So basically, even if I have a defense position monster when my opponent attacks, that will get destroyed. So that's why I am iffy on that. Then staple bottom list and Solemn Warning. For extra deck, before the sneak peek, I was playing nothing but 6s and 4s. So Gauntlet Launcher and 2 Gauntlet Launcher and a Photon Strike Bouncer. Yeah, I was playing a lot of 6s, so this was really good to go into. I hardly exceed only because Pendulums does not go to the extra deck when you use them as materials. They go to the graveyard. But this is great just to get out of a jam or stall your opponent. They have to choose what effect they use or whatever. Then Daggust on Emerald. Since I'm using normals, I can use both effects to recycle or special summon. That's all for the exceeds. The extra deck is really small only because the extra deck is being shared with another deck. But outside of this, any rank 4, rank 3, rank 5, well, rank 4, rank 3, or rank 6, or rank 5, for that matter, you can use whatever. Zenmaia, let's see, you got Zenmaia, you got 101 Exiton, Castel, Abyss Dweller, things like that. So it's your choice. I suggest this because you can special summon from your grave most of the monsters. For synchros, only 2. I do Goyo because Goyo. This guy is gonna. I need 2 more. When he's used for a Pendulum summon with a, when he used for a synchro summon with a Pendulum monster, I could take control of one of your opponent's monsters. Also, when he's Pendulum summon with synchro summon with a normal monster, he's unaffected by my opponent's card effects, I believe. Yes. So I haven't got an official ruling from an official judge that whether or not, as a higher ranking judge, if I use a normal Pendulum, I get 2 effects, or effect Pendulum, whatever. But definitely, if it is, great. If not, I'm okay with it because I still get to take your monster. And finally, the only thing you need for this extra deck is First of the Dragons, because he is fucking amazing. He takes 2 normal monsters. On board, he is unaffected by other monsters' effects. Period. And he cannot be destroyed by battle. He cannot be destroyed by battle with a non-normal monster. So you need a normal monster to only beat him. All else, which is great because I face Light Swarms with this a lot, and I can just stare down a BLS, stare down Judgment Dragon. You can nuke the field all you want. He survives because he's unaffected. So I like him, and I will play him in this deck. That's the deck. If you think I should add something, tell me. If you think I should take something out, tell me. I really don't care. Subscribe to my videos.